Good morning, students of class 7. This is Falcon House Grammar School, Campus 9. This is Marshall here, and today we're basically going to be doing our exercise book, okay, a workbook basically of land supply. Now, we have already covered this in the book, okay, so we need to do this in the workbook as well. So, it's not much and it's pretty basic. We've got 3 pages here in a workbook starting from 15, page number 15, 15, 16, and 17. That's it. Only 3 pages, and they're very basic. So if we go through them, it's very easy, and you'll be able to crack it in you'll be able to do it in 10 to 15 minutes. So let's go. Let's go about it. When you look at the first page, page number 15, you've got exercise 1, okay, which says that land is limited, and it basically says, for you finally in the table below, fill in the factors that have caused land to become non-arable. We must remember what arable meant and what non-arable meant. Arable basically meant agriculture based land, where we can basically practice agriculture. Okay, so land one shows arable and one shows non-arable. Now we have to write factors that cause land to become non-arable. Okay, so if we look at factors that cause land to be non-arable. So if we look at page number when you look at the first page of our book, we actually know the answer to this. It basically says, that some of the land is too cold, some of the land is too mountainous, and some of the land is too dry. Okay, so these are the factors that we have to write here as well. What will be the factors? Well, there are 3 factors. One will be mountainous area, second one will be too dry / less rainfall, and the third one will be too cold or extremely cold. And these 3 are the factors. That's it. When we look at the second question, what are the uses of land? Okay, well, when you read the book, you will know what are the uses of land. There are multiple uses of land. We use the land for pasture, for forest land, for urban living, for cropland. We use land for all these purposes. So this will be a page number 1. When you look at page number 2, we are basically see what are the reasons for rising demand of land. Okay, and then we have to write the explanation for it. Now, when you look at the book, the reasons for rising demand are already given. Increase in population, loss of arable land, and competition for land from biofuel. You have to basically write the explanation for it. Why is basically why is there an increase in population? You basically have to write the reason for it. Well, the reason is quite simple. With better medical facilities, with better living standards, the more people are being born and less people are dying. So that's why there's an increase in population. That's why if there are more people, then more people would, you have to make way for more people to live in a society. Now, loss of arable land. If you look at the book, you will actually know the reasons why there's a loss of arable land. We know about over-cultivation. If we, use the land frequently, arable land frequently, so it will lose its minerals, it will lose its fertility. So that's one of the reasons. Irrigation. We use too much water, so the soil content of the land increases, thus rendering the land unavailable for agriculture. Okay, overgrazing is also one of the factors. So these three will be the explanation. And lastly, competition for biofuel. We know that due to global warming, we are looking increasingly at renewable energy, and that can be attained through biofuel as well. So now land is being cleared to grow biofuel crops. Okay, the last page, I want you guys to do the last page yourself. It's pretty easy. Let me just help you with this quickly. Ways to increase land supply. What are the ways to increase land supply? Well, you look at the book and you will know the multiple ways that you can increase your land supply. One of them would be land clearance, land reclamation, and there are multiple other ways as well. You need to look at the book, and from there you'll get the answer. Now, last one is ways to maximize land use. What are the ways through which you can maximize your land usage? Well, one way is basically to make high-rise building. If you make high-rise building, it means a good chunk of people can actually live there. All right, so that's one way to maximize land use. We can also increase the density of the buildings. If we build buildings more closely to one another, we will have more buildings in an area, so that will increase the land usage. Okay. terrace farming is also one way. If we actually do terrace farming, what will basically be using the mountainous area, which previously was not used for farming. So if we use terrace farming, we'll be able to utilize the mountainous area, so that can be a land usage as well. And lastly, we can talk about soilless cultivation. That is something we did in the book as well. It's with increasing technology, that's one of the modern methods how we can basically, we do not need to use land for cultivation. We can use trays where we basically grow crops on soil. Okay, so that's also one of the modern technology, one of the ways through modern technology that we can use, to basically grow crops. So these are all the things that you can do. It's pretty easy, as I said earlier. So that's pretty much it. Okay, again, if you have any confusions, any concerns, you can always get back to me. All right, take care everyone. Allah Hafiz.